Everyone has a story. Stories have power. They help us understand each other.
Mack, great to see you. Let's go chat.
Let's do it.
This is Jessop's Journal. Mack, it is time to sign in to the journal.
Perfect.
In this episode of Jessop's Journal, you sometimes meet somebody that just all they have is one name. It's all they need. Well, today, it's Mack, okay? So, Mack, thanks for coming on Jessop's Journal.
Thanks for having me.
Now, we met at the NAACP award, the NAACP MLK. Talk about initials, right?
Right.
Jeez. And you were amazing.
Thank you.
Not because you got the beautiful hair and everything, but because you are a performer. You're an artist.
Thank you.
And you are a singer that I've just loved. I got to have you here. Had one of those rare standing ovations.
So I've been told, yep.
A little bit would be okay if I had you sing?
Absolutely.
Okay, but let's chat first.
Okay.
So, number one, how in the world did you get invited or find out about this luncheon?
Okay, last October, I was called in by a jazz artist from New Orleans named Delfario Marsalis, excuse me.
Yeah. Try to say that 3 times
Right.
fast, right?
He was performing for the Jazz Festival concert series that they do here in Utah.
Okay.
A good portion of his band got stuck in a storm in New Orleans.
Ooh.
So he needed to find some musicians and a singer to fill in for the concert for that night. So around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I get a phone call asking if I'm available and willing to sing 2 songs for this artist. And I love jazz music, so of course it was like yes, and it was at the Eccles Theater, and it's just like, it's a dream to sing on that stage. So it was like, absolutely. He gave me the song that his band wrote. It was a brand new song. I had
Really?
no
So no practice or anything? Wow.
Yeah. So I spent a couple hours learning that, and then he also was going to have me sing the song Summertime. I go to the rehearsal, just a quick baptism by fire with the band of, okay, this is the song. Went through it like twice maybe, and it was okay, we'll see you in an hour for the show. So I got to sing at that. It was an amazing experience. I was nervous as all get out, but one of the people who came to enjoy was on the board for the NAACP, and she remembered me, and she reached out and got my information and asked if I was available and interested to sing for the NAACP.
So what were the names of the 2 songs that you sang there?
Jazz Party, that was the original that they wrote, and then Summertime.
Okay. And then at the NAACP, what songs did you perform there?
NAACP, I sang Oh Freedom and Glory.
Oh, and you were awesome.
Thank you.
So, now, talking about summertime, there's a question. I'd like to kind of ask some little bullety point questions.
Okay.
So, what is your favorite season of the year?
That's a tough question.
Oh, yeah?
Because they all have their great qualities.
Okay.
They all have not so great qualities as well.
True.
But I would probably say springtime.
Springtime.
When everything is just blossoming and beginning to find its beauty to last for the year.
Fresh
or
and
the
new.
season, whatever,
Okay, and then a related question. If you had to choose, okay, do you prefer to live at the beach or the mountains?
I would choose the mountains. I would
Why is
choose
that?
the mountains. I feel like the beach would get boring after a while.
I don't know. I miss the beach, but I hear you. Okay.
In all honesty, I mean, if that's like
Yeah.
my one thing, I mean, I feel like that would get a little boring after a while. But with the mountains, winter, summer, spring, fall, any time of the year, you can go into the mountains and have an adventure and keep things fresh and new and find something new. And
I'm going to put you on the
and
spot
also, I don't like pooled water. So
Oh, well,
being
fine.
in the ocean, Not so much.
Not so much?
Not so good
Okay.
for me.
Well, now I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit.
Okay.
So, talking about mountains, I know that you happen to have a song that you really like that relates to the mountains.
Oh, I do.
Which
I
is?
do. Ain't no mountain high enough.
Can you sing me just a couple bars?
Oh, putting me on the spot.
Yeah, I told you I was going to put you on the
How
spot.
Yeah, sure. If I can remember how it starts, kind
Okay.
of. Wow, that came out of okay. So, 'cause baby, there ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, babe.
Oh, that's awesome. Wow. Okay, now since we're on a roll, I'm going to tease you about this, okay? So even though you like spring, you did sing Summertime.
I did, yes.
Okay, so
You wanna hear a little
can
of that?
I'd love to. Lay it on me.
Okay. Summertime and the living is easy. Fish are jumping and the cotton is high. Oh, your daddy's rich and your ma is good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. One of these mornings, you're gonna rise up singing. Then you'll spread your wings and you'll fly to the sky. But till the morning, there's nothing can harm you. With Daddy and Mammy standing by.
Wow. Wow. You know what's cool is that song is from like the 1930s.
Yeah.
And it's still as great it is now. I mean, it just takes you back in time and in place. And that's the reason why I love music. You know,
yeah.
how did you get into this music thing?
Honestly, I feel like it's part of my DNA. It's
Okay.
just been embedded in me ever since I was a young kid. As a child, I was the kid with a lot of energy. Parents didn't necessarily know what to do with me, so let's put her in singing, let's put her in dancing.
Yeah.
So I've been a performer since a young age, like probably 5 is when I started getting into it, honestly. And then I've continued on, and I don't dance as much now. I still love to dance.
Okay.
I don't dance as much now, but I do still sing. And growing up, living my life, living my experiences, I've been able to find a connection with music on a deeper level.
Okay.
And it helps me get through bad times, and I want to help people through their bad times, through their good times, through whatever. And I feel like music is a great way to do that.
Oh, yeah. Awesome. Now, you mentioned DNA. Okay. Again, putting you on the spot here. I met your mother
Yes.
at this event, and she was just like, I mean, she had a grin
Isn't
like
she
ear to
wonderful?
ear.
She's
You know, she was just
wonderful.
like, oh, that's my girl. I'm so
I
proud.
love my mama.
But you know, I've noticed, and you told me a little bit about this, you know, so you're adopted.
Yes. Yes, I am adopted.
What was that like growing up?
Honestly, when I was younger, it didn't really, I guess I could phrase it as I didn't really understand what it meant
Okay.
to be adopted, because I had my family, I had my friends. That was just my life.
Right.
In the third grade, so like 7, 8 years old, is when I started to experience bullying
Really?
based off of my race, but I didn't really understand that
Okay.
at the time. So that's when I first kind of got a little taste
Okay.
for being different. But then when I was 11, my fifth grade best friend, she told me, she was like, just so you know, my mother is racist.
Well,
And she's like,
did
"Do
you
you-"
know what that meant at the time?
Well, she was like, do you know what that means?
Yeah.
And I was like, not really. I was like, from what I know, it just means she doesn't like people who aren't like her.
Okay.
And she's like, yes, basically that's it. And she's like, so if we're going to be friends, it might be hard with you coming over. You might not be allowed inside my house, that
Really?
type of stuff.
Oh, jeez.
For her birthday,
Yeah.
I've been trying to remember all of these little things, but I don't remember where my parents were, but they weren't able to drive me to the party, so I had to walk to her house. I got to her house 15 minutes early. Her mom cracked the door open and told me I was too early and that I needed to walk to the school, because that's 15 minutes away,
Okay.
and then by the time I got back, the party will have started. I thought that was weird. I was like, why can't I just come inside and hang out till the party starts? So I walked to the school, and as I'm walking, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm different from her. She's not comfortable with it. She doesn't like it. I remember sitting down on the swings of the school. I got to the school, and I was like, I don't know if I even want to go back. I sat on the swings, and I felt sad for myself. I felt sad for her. I felt sad for my friend. And I just could not understand the reason why I wasn't likable, for lack of a better term, in her eyes. And about 5 minutes later, my friend pulls up her dad in their truck, and I just started to bawl. I started to cry. That was the moment when I realized I am different. And I was thinking about the kids in my class. Of the people in my school, there was only a select people of color, a huge minority. And it was just like, I am different. And I remember questioning if that made me a bad person because I'm different. Does that mean there's something wrong with me? Just all of these things. So I remember breaking down and just crying. I cannot tell you if I went to the party. I don't remember anything after breaking down and crying and whatnot, but that was a dramatic, traumatic, eye-opening experience in the fifth grade, 11, 12 years old, realizing that you are so different from everybody else. And I tried to constantly keep that in mind, but continue to grow, to continue to just be myself, make my friends, figure out what I want to do in life and whatnot. It's not been easy being a person of color living here in Utah. It is not easy. And it's one of those things, for me, I can't speak for every person of color, but for me personally, the biggest problem and issue that I run into is the ignorance. And Utah is almost ignorant in a way that they really don't think that there is a racial problem.
Okay. Well, hopefully by people watching this, that maybe we can help break some of the barriers. There's a case in the news right now where there was a kid that the high school was going to try to say, hey, you can't graduate until you cut your hair. He has dreads. Now all the media pressure and everything, they've said, okay, fine, they backed off on it. You have beautiful hair.
Thank you.
What does your hair mean to you?
For me, personally, my hair is a big part of my identity.
Mm-hmm.
It's a way how I can express myself, and also, experiment new things without damaging my actual hair.
Okay.
But hearing stuff like that, it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking because for a kid having dreadlocks, that's his natural hair. That is his natural hair. You are telling him to get rid of his natural hair. That is not okay. I mean, I don't know the school.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't even know where it
the
was.
kids or
But, I
anything.
mean, hey,
but
it's
it's
the
just
hair
like
God gave him.
I'm
Yeah.
sure there's brunettes there that have blonde color hair. You're telling them to strip their color to go back to their natural color, or they won't be able to walk.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. So flipping the side, is there stuff that you've experienced here as a woman of color that does give you hope?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely.
Like?
Oh, well, this for one.
Well,
Honestly,
really? I'm glad to help.
Thank you, and it's appreciated.
Now, the
You
one
don't
thing
know.
that I do want to ask, and that it's kind of funny, so, I have this journal, and I've been carrying around for years and all that kind of stuff, and I write a lot of stuff down, so, because to me, life's kind of a journey, and the hash mark that these guys use is called Leave Your Mark.
Okay.
Now, the mark on this, like, for example, okay, see this scar, they made this one custom for me, because usually they make it nice and smooth. I says, no, I want the one that has marks in it, because to me,
yeah.
life comes with scars.
Absolutely.
So that's part of leaving your mark.
Yeah.
But the other one is your legacy. So, Mack, the
Yes.
woman with one name
That's me.
and one strong, beautiful voice,
Oh, thank you.
how do you want to leave your mark?
I want to leave my mark in music.
Yeah.
In music, like I said, music helps me. And so if I can sing a song or write a song that helps somebody, I will call that a wonderful win. Even if it's only one person.
Yeah. Well, thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
Mack, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank
Your
you.
music was a gift.
Thank you so much.
So, we got to give you some gifts. And the folks with my underwriters are doing that. So first off, it's Jessop's Journal. You got to have your own journal from Restico.
Thank you.
They are also giving you a beautiful copper pen. The folks at JW Custom Hats make all my hats. They're going to make you your own custom hat.
Awesome.
Liquidirt is my green thumb friends, and so they're giving you this beautiful string planter, as well as their fertilizer. And then, of course, we have the adult beverages from Ogden's own distillery. The folks at Taylor Cooperative make all my suits and all my shirts. They're going to make you your very own custom shirt. The thing I want people to remember is that stories have power. They help us understand each other. With another entry into Jessop's Journal and Mack, I'm Doug Jessop, ABC4 News.